Well, hello, 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 beautiful people. So listen, let me just get right to it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Natalie Francis-Clarke. I am the host of Pause Reset Unplugged, right? So normally I would have a guest, but yay for you. It's only me. And the reason why I did this, just for a number of reasons, I actually wanted just to kind of do a recap of, what's been going on in my world in Pause Reset Brunch, as well as, just what's been going on with me, right? So this is still your space to breathe, reflect, laugh, because you know me, there's always a story within a story. So let's just get into it. I'm excited to just share what's been going on in 2025 and where we're headed, right? So once again, welcome, 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 welcome back um to another episode of Pause Reset Unplugged. Once again, I am your host, your girl, Natalie Francis-Clarke, right? So, of course, I cannot start by not beginning with the actual brunch. Pause Reset Brunch, it took place March 29th of, 2025. And this year, the theme was looking towards the future, in which we had some phenomenal women, right? Basically, the theme looking towards the future, it's a reminder that the future is yours to navigate, explore, and the sky's the limit. Just soar, right? So we had some wonderful panelists. Of course, the moderator was Otissa Marble of Honey Let's Go. We had Cynthia Haley. She is the owner and she is the wonderful Tip Energy coach. Then we had Chanel Henderson. She's the founder of Girl Grind 24/7. And last but not least, it was Camille Langhorne, owner of Adstock LLC, a financial app encouraging us women um, to invest, right? So during that brunch, we celebrated sisterhood, strength, vision, and props to Project 658 for hosting us, through these years. This was actually the seventh year. And I just want to give a special shout out to the sponsors, Answer Scholarship Incorporated and the Karen Dale Foundation, and of course, Let's Go. LLC. The energy in the room was just absolutely wonderful, right? So the brunch ended, but it was actually the beginning. Those of you who may know me, have conversations with me, I wanted to do something a little bit more other than just, an annual brunch. I just believe advocating for self-care is such an important thing. And that's on the whole holistic avenue, whether it's with your finance, whether it's with your health, whatever it is, it shouldn't just be a reminder once a year, from me, because I need that reminder as well. So what we did, we decided to kind of do sporadic self-care events throughout the year and, to kind of check in with ourselves and with each other. So in May, we had a hike planned at South Mountain State Park, but Mother Nature, of course, had his own agenda. Thunderstorms rolled in and we had to quote unquote postpone. But then I got a text, and I won't call the name. I got a text basically saying, all right, weather looks good now. So should we leave now? What? I'm thinking we said postpone. But anyway, I threw on my clothes and we didn't go to South Mountain State Park just because of, the time it was best to go early. So we headed to Crowder's Mountain. Mind you, this was my very first hike. I've always wanted to go on a hike, always planned on doing a hike, but something always happened. So that's why I was like, bet we did the hike. No, your girl did not make it to the top. I won't even tell you how close I was, but it was so steep. No, ma'am, I didn't do it. But it was such a lovely time. I do definitely need to reschedule for the South Mountain State Park. So stay tuned for that because we will conquer South Mountain. And, that's just unfinished business. And maybe I will go back to Crowder's and finish that short distance that I had to go. But yeah, yeah, that was a really great time just to be one with nature and just breathe that fresh air, right? So June rolled around and did something a little softer. This was mid-morning movement with Coach Jazz from Inspire Agency. So we flow through yoga and just reminded ourselves to breathe, to move, to be grounded, to stay in that stillness, right? Um, it was such a great way to start out that morning, and it was such a great crowd. So I truly appreciate that. Coach Jazz actually does pop-ups now. So I join whenever I can. Because let me tell you, stillness, it's helped me and scared me at the same time. And that actually goes into what we did in the month of July. So just this month, matter of fact, I think it was on the 20th, we hosted tea on ice. So instead of a tea party with hot teas, it was iced teas. And it was various teas that were specially done, iced teas and lunch served by Prosperity Kitchen, and Wisdom Poured by Coach Sheila Williams. And it kind of just flowed from the stillness in June to being reminded the importance of being still. And let me tell you, if you are truly still, you'll be amazed of what can be revealed if you just stay still. Because when you stop moving, the truth tends to speak louder. And I've been listening. I've been listening. Um, yeah, I won't even get deep into it, but I've been listening. Yeah, it is scary. But um yeah, that's something that needs to be dived in a little bit more, right? So, of course, can't forget the episodes of Pause Reset Unplugged. If you've missed some of the Pause Reset Unplugged episodes, please feel free to go to iTunes, Spotify, or even the website www.naturalending.com. So the YouTube page, which is under Natalie Francis-Clarke, and go and check out, this year's episodes, catch them. Everyone has something to share, right? One is passionate about what they're doing and where they're going. So in February, we had Chef Maria Kemp. Chef Kemp, she's an award-winning, deeply grounded and just a passionate individual. She talked about, pivoting from, the world that she was in to going into her culinary journey, and how she had to pivot because she became a caregiver not once but twice. So she has a deep passion for the advocacy for caregivers, right? And of course we dived a little bit into the DI world. But if you know someone who's a caregiver, if you know someone, if you've been a caregiver, trust me, you will definitely feel that passion because you would have understood either by going through it yourself or seeing your loved ones being that caregiver. So definitely check out that February episode. Then in April, we had Otissa Marble, and she is the owner of Honey Let's Go LLC. Um, she is that founder, she is that girl. She came to talk about that new venture, Ready, Set, Swap, right? So we dove into style, sisterhood, and because she's a girl's girl, and definitely, reclaiming just that personal touch, how when we look good, we feel good. And it doesn't have to be um expensive at all. So I do know her next event is coming up in September, so don't miss it. If you follow me on IG, I will definitely be sharing it. Or even if you follow me on Facebook, I will definitely be sharing it. Um, it's just a great time. She has her DJ. Um, she provides libations and food, and it's just a great time just to see women in a positive space, right? So definitely check that out. I will be posting that on my pages. Then in June, which rightfully so, we did have the mid-morning movement, right? So why wouldn't I bring the ever brilliant Jasmine Hinds of Inspire Agency on? We explored what it means to lead with clarity, courage, and care, right? So if you haven't attended her sacred stillness sessions or even the mid-morning movement pop-ups, please go. It's definitely a way to feel grounded, right? So I highly encourage if you're in the Charlotte area to do that. Let's see. So on a personal note, I don't I have a problem talking about what I do. And I need to get out of that, right? So everyone knows I'm a real estate agent. If you don't know, well, you know. And I started out, shout out to Bob Stanley. I actually started out doing, a lot of open houses and things like that. Um, I somehow found a way to deal with other realtors who were swamped. And I would go and be that showing agent or, just assisting with opening doors for appraisers and so forth. And I think I'm enjoying being a showing agent. So if you're a realtor out there in the North Carolina area and you are swamped, and you cannot get to do certain, you know, you have a showing here, you have a showing there, you can't be at all places. Hit your girl up. We can talk pricing and we can go from there. But I'm actually enjoying that that space, kind of like a Vanna White. Like, here you go. I actually really do enjoy it. And I've realized that, and I've been doing that more and more. So just wanted to put that out there. But on a separate note, I have the honor of hosting my second workshop at Just for Success, right? Just for Success, the Charlotte chapter. Just as Success is a global company there to empower women. I'm all for that, right? And I did the workshop on reclaiming your crown, uh, which was such a great thing. Women came in, they got their outfits, they got fitted, and I led my workshop. We talk about your worth, your presence, your purpose, and not only reminding yourself of to reclaim that crown, but also tap in your sister and say, reminding them to reclaim their crown as well. Be each other's accountability partners. But most of all, I can't reiterate it enough. Talking your worth, knowing your worth, your purpose, your presence. And I'm going to go back to sometimes you have to be still um, to realize that as well. And the reason why I keep on harping on the stillness, it is true, but also I 4th of July weekend, I went to Charleston and with family, my husband and I, we went with family, and I realized I can sit and watch water and be still in that moment. But as I did, I realized a lot of things were a lot of things. Like I kind of feel like God was talking to me in that stillness of just looking at the water. And there's a lot of things that came about that I needed to do. It's scary, but that stillness. Anyway, um, once again, that stillness, right? So yeah, I can't even talk about the stillness enough. So anyway, like I said, I had that honor of hosting my second workshop at Just for Success. And then, speaking of just success, I completed a month-long entrepreneur lab with them. And yeah, I actually put myself out there and entered a pitch competition in which I was placed second. And you want to know something? The fact that I was placed second and just hearing the feedback and just hearing that people felt my passion, I said, Natalie, what are you doing? You got to do more with Pause Reset Brunch because, yeah, that's what I pitched it on. And I'm very passionate about that because I know what it is to not care for yourself. And again, being still and caring for yourself, listening to what you need to do. And sometimes the stress of life may cause you to do things or make you feel like you need to do things. But be still and really focus on what you need to do. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But with all this happening while I was working, I realized that I wasn't aligned with who working where I was. It just reminded me that I'm just not it's not an alignment. I kind of went out of alignment, and um, at the tea party, Coach Sheila and we talked, and she said, with stuff that's going on, my anxiety was like through the roof. And she said, yeah, you're out of focus. You're out of alignment. And it's so true. I'm telling you, I'm passionate about self-care because I am constantly reminding myself about self-care, what happens when it doesn't happen, right? Anyway, point is, I'm choosing me, I'm choosing purpose, and I am going to be launching a fundraising campaign to expand these self-care events and make them more accessible for all of us because it is such a passion for me that everyone should experience self-care and because we deserve care that doesn't cost us our peace, right? So that's my thing. Okay. All right. Yeah. So August is what coming up in a few days, and we have another event brewing. Right now, I don't have all the details, but if you follow me on IG, if you follow me on Facebook, for sure. And if you don't, start. Stay close, stay connected. Because this journey, this isn't just my journey, it's ours. Pause Reset Brunch is more than an event, and that's why I decided I need to continue doing something. It gives me great joy when I see you all leave in an event, whether you're feeling refreshed, whether you're feeling clarity, whether you're feeling, you know, a little bit more grounded than when you came. That is the joy right there. It's a movement for women who are ready to prioritize themselves, rebuild, and walk boldly towards their future. Because we could do this. I'm talking to myself too. So, and this is why I decided, you know what? Let me just do this talk, just me, and just tell you what's going on. But yes, I will be launching a fundraiser, so please stay tuned. I'm very passionate in making this a 501(c)(3). I just believe we are all worthy of self-care, and it's so vital. So, and that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you right now. If you are out there and you would like to be a guest, or if there's someone that you feel that I should be interviewing, by all means, hit me up, pauseresetbrunch@gmail.com, or you can always DM me at, if you're on my IG, Natural and Ting, that is my handle. Or if you personally know me, you know my personal handle. Also, Facebook, you can reach out to me, Natalie Francis Clark, right? So I'm very excited, y'all. I am excited. I really am. Um, Once again, if there's anyone out there who would if you would like for me to interview you or you know someone, once again, hit me up or shoot me a text, 781-308-2952. Let's do this. All right. So you take care of yourself. Remember to breathe. Remember to pause. Allow yourself that moment of stillness. And that goes through meditation. That goes, if you pray, allow yourself a moment of silence so God can talk back to you. Whatever it is, allow yourself that moment to be still. There's so many things that can be revealed with that stillness. So once again, my name is Natalie Francis-Clarke. Thank you for listening to another episode of Pause Reset Brunch. Unplugged. Pause, reset, unplugged. And you know what? Stay tuned for the fundraising that I will be kicking off online. All right. So enjoy yourself these last couple of days of July, and let's make August a great, great month. All right. So peace. And whatever you do, be safe doing it.